All right, welcome. This is this week's edition of the Black Belt Newscast. I'm Cindy Fisher,
I'm Todd Prater.
and we are coming to you live in our different locations. I'm out
Yeah,
of town this weekend.
I'm in Dallas County.
And so we always want to remind you with our live newscasts that we can take comments. And if you have any questions about what we're talking about, let us know in whatever streaming service you're watching us on right now, and we will see it and be able to comment to you. Visit blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. This is where we're getting all of our top headlines from the Black Belt because that's what we're doing all the time. Send your news to us at news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com because we can't be everywhere, but we would love to be able to have the stories that you guys know about and can send to us. And of course, sign up for our daily newsletter. And that is how you find out at 3 o'clock every day what all we have run this day and the previous days. You can click on the headlines, and that's how you'll know what's going on. It is completely free. So that is the best way to get to know what's going on in your community because we are everywhere. Dallas, Perry, Wilcox, Marengo, Lowndes, Montgomery. We even have some Hale County. We've got Clark. So we are kind of everywhere. So let's talk about the top headlines this week. As you know, it's been a very hot topic of Selma's police chiefs. Both the assistant and the chief have been on paid administrative leave. But Police Chief Kenta Fulford, was brought back this week after a hearing on Monday that was 6 hours long. They did determine the city council did bring him back with not a whole lot of comment. They did an executive session that lasted for a long time. Like I said, 6 hours. So around 11 p.m. on Monday night, they announced that they were going to reinstate him. He had been put on leave for 2 months, partly because of the mayor had put him on leave. And this is Mayor James Perkins Jr., who does not get to choose who the chief is. The city council does that. So Mayor Perkins had determined that and wanted it looked at that he had not been speaking to the city council or the city superintendent for the schools. And that was a big issue because they have had some crime issues in the schools, and the superintendent had been asking for a long time to get canines in there. And also for school resource officers, which during the administrative leave, the 2 months, they did bring in 2 school resource officers with a third one that they're hiring with the plan of having them in all the schools and full-time all the time in Selma High School. So Fulford was reinstated on Monday, and he's back in the office. The assistant chief, Natasha Folks, is still on administrative leave. That's a separate process, and we'll keep you posted on that. You can watch, for updates at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
For the whole story is at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Yeah, multiple stories that we have been following. Yes, so that's a continuing, and of course, with the fact that we, have had quite a bit of crime in Selma, Dallas County, it's pretty important that we have a police chief in place. So that is back in motion. Let's go to Perry County. Tell us about the Armory update. This is really interesting.
Yes. Well, I was able to speak with our state legislator and Perry County attorney, Prince Chestnut. He says that within a week to 10 days, Judge McMillan is going to make a decision on who actually owns the building. The Perry County National Guard Armory building was originally deeded to the county by the city during Anthony Long's administration. And there have been some discrepancy and some argument over who actually owns it now. And the reason is there was a clause in the contract that said if the county didn't use it for what their intent was, then it would reverse back to the city. The county says the city never gave them the keys and never allowed them into the building, so they never completely took ownership. But in the meantime, the county has about to get a grant to turn it into a community facility, a community play, and I got to work out, not a gym, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, community center. That's a great idea.
A community center, and they need to do that before they lose the grant. If you know, so it'll be, like I said, about a week to 10 days. We're going to keep on that and find out exactly what the details are about that decision. We'll have that later. We'll have a story about it with details now, but we'll have the decision when it's made.
So visit blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We have, if there are tabs on the page for each county, go to the Perry County tab. That's where you'll find all the stories that we do out of Perry County, which are pretty regular. And also make sure to send your news and sign up for our daily newsletter. This is how you'll get all the information out of the Black Belt that happens all day. Let's go back to Selma and talk about Memorial Stadium. So Memorial Stadium, the track is being worked on. The plan is for them to have the track and field fixed up there so that it can attract tournaments and also be used by Selma High. So there is a resolution that's cleared the way for the contract. And a lot of this is repairing the storm damage that happened at the track and field portion of Memorial Stadium. Now they did get they put out a request for bids in the spring and nobody responded, but they have got someone has agreed out of Austin, Texas to take on the job for $640,000. So it's not an inexpensive process, but it is really exciting that this could move forward because it could really be great for the community and also, bring in it could bring in tournaments. And we used to have a lot of area football tournaments and stuff at this.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big stadium right there. That was the football game last fall. I was there getting rained on too. Memorial Stadium is kind of a gem. It's a jewel, but they had to fix that roof that you see back there. And they did do that. So that was part of the storm damage. So yeah, the Memorial Stadium fix up is moving forward.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Like I say, very positive thing.
Also, in downtown Selma, let's talk a little about the Tepper building because, all right, this one's been around for a really long time, and it was a department store, and the owner Portia Fulford, who had purchased it, has had plans to do mixed use, so it would have retail, it would have apartments, and it hasn't happened. So most people comment about how the wrap there around it banner has shredded and come apart, but we do have word from the owner Portia Fulford that she has gotten approval through the historic commission of the city of Selma, so that her plans can move forward. So we're hoping that this is just a wait and see, that we've just been waiting and seeing, because it's been a good 3 years since that was placed on there. But looking forward to seeing what changes are going to come to the Tepper building. It also is right there by it's in the heart of downtown. So it'll be great for that to get redeveloped. So check blackbeltnewsnetwork.com as we present more information about, a historic commission is an early stage. Any other changes that she'll be making will have to come. And obviously the funding, it's curious to see how she's going to afford to do it. So there's still going to be city council approval and other stuff that are set to come. All right, let's go back to Perry County. This is an interesting story, and I never think about this, but there are rules when you have a dump truck full of what happened?
Well, this is County Road 47, locally known as Hater Shed Road in Perry County, and that bridge, a little timber bridge, was rated at 3,000 pounds. 3,000 tons. I'm sorry, that was the limit. That truck weighed way more than 3,000 tons loaded with gravel, and it went across the bridge, and the bridge collapsed, as you see there. Now, the driver of the truck says he did not know that it was a weight-restricted bridge, and when DeAndre Kimbrough, the county engineer, got there, he discovered that somebody had removed the signs that have the weight restrictions posted. And it is a mystery as to who or when those signs were removed and why. They're trying to figure that out, and then, of course, figure out liability. But
Well, and there's also another way to get to where
there's
it's headed that they
exactly
could have taken. While it's a dirt road, it would have probably been
right.
better.
It's a longer route, but it would have been the better route for a truck that weight, especially. Which means that the people that live down that road also have. It's a longer route again, but they still have access to their property.
That's good.
They're looking at various ways of replacing that bridge that will be cost efficient, cost effective. But yeah, the truck should have taken the other route because there's no weight restricted bridges on it.
Hey, let's stay in Perry County. You went to and I've been before too. I didn't make this last one. The Marion Rodeo. It is
was it ever
fun. Tell me how that went.
Thanks to Jennifer Hoggle and her folks for doing the Marion Rodeo, the 29th annual Marion Rodeo. Of course, they open it up with national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance, and they bring out all the cowboys and cowgirls to say hello and wave at the audience. And then they get in. Of course, the mutton busting came right before this, and that is always fun to watch with the kids. And I have to admit, I just now realized I didn't put that in the video, and I meant to. But
that's okay.
But that
look at that.
But then there's the bucking Broncos. We love the bucking Broncos. Look at that. And there were some good riders there riding for a long time. Then all the roping. I love the roping events. Look at this. Bam, he gets it.
Wow.
What's amazing is all these competitions and events are formed from things that had to happen on farms and cattle drives and living in the Wild West when this is how they lived. And these things develop from those everyday tasks. And, of course, they ended it with the bull riding, which is always exciting. It was really a lot of fun. It's the 29th annual. And while they were there, those folks coming out right now, well, that's still the bull riding, but I'm about to show. There you go. Those are the cowboys that started this rodeo. They were there to make a special appearance. They were in the very first rodeo. I think it was 1995.
29 years ago.
Yeah. So it was nice to see them, and they waved at the crowd and said hello.
You didn't see them on a Bronco or a
not now.
or a bull today, did you?
Most of them are in my category where that was what we used to do. We ain't gonna try to do it anymore. You know?
That's right.
But it was a fun time, and it's a sanctioned rodeo by two of the different sanctioning bodies. So a lot of folks
it is a professional.
Go on to bigger competitions.
Right. Yeah, it's professionally sanctioned, and I mean they come from all over to participate.
Yeah, they come from all over the country actually, but mostly from the southeast, but still all over the country. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun to go watch that, and all the folks are really nice and fun to hang out.
Yeah, it's hot and it smells, but otherwise it's really fun.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah, it does smell. And trust me, I know about that.
You just have to get used to it.
Out the window.
I want to mention, I mentioned this last week, but it's our only Demopolis mention of this week. And I want to mention that this concert series is coming. Our City of Demopolis has approved an entertainment district for the times of these events that they have. One for the 4th of July, and we'll talk about that in a second on other ones. They have, it's on July 3rd, isn't it? Or is it July 4th? So they have that one, and then they have also ones. Is it July 4th?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That's the splash pad. It's right there. So if you're really hot, you can just jump in. And they also have one on July 11th, 18th, 25th, which is going to be Rockin' on the River concert for the summer. So it's really exciting that they got open container ability, which is the entertainment district for those events, which is a great idea. All right. Black Belt Roundup.
Black Belt Roundup. How about a 4th of July Roundup?
Yes.
What's going on this week? June 29th, Thomasville hometown celebration downtown. That'll start.
You can find this story at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Yeah, it is. All these are at Black Belt News Network. Also on the 29th, Grove Hill is going to have their Independence Day celebration at SB Hudson Park. Starts at 5. July 2nd, Jackson's Independence Day celebration at 5 o'clock. And most of these have fireworks along with them, too. the Stars and Stripes Independence Day celebration in Selma, and the 11th AMP concert is going to be at the amphitheater July 3rd.
Right, they combined those this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a big fun time down at the amphitheater. That's at 7, and there's going to be a street fair and fireworks. Then, of course, as we just said, Demopolis has their big celebration July 4th, starting at 5, and July 5th, Coffeyville has their 4th of July fireworks starting at 8:30. There's a lot of. If you're somewhere within our black belt coverage area, there's no reason not to go and enjoy a 4th of July celebration because
yes,
we got one close
that
by.
story is one of our lead stories at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. It has a list of all the. I wrote that, so it's funny that you wrote it for me. But yes. I don't write that down, y'all. You wonder what I do for fun.
We write
I
so
stories
many things
for you.
remember everything in it, so we have to get reminded. But there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember all of that. So
But
you got to
send your news.
.com to find it.
Hey, if you go to one of these events, send us some pictures from it. That's news at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Yeah.
And video.
Yeah.
Because we could put it in this newscast.
Yeah, especially if you can shoot the video sideways. I mean, I tell everybody that now. Instead of up and down, shoot it sideways.
Yeah, I was going to get some video of Asher Haven.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was so good. Everybody was, packed at the Riverfront Amphitheater in Selma for this live event of our winner of The Voice for their 25th season. And I didn't get the video in time for this, but maybe we'll do it next. I have some from the rehearsal, but he wowed everyone, and our photos were fantastic. So we have big thanks to Angela Benjamin for being at that. She's close with the family and got like right next to him. And there are also some reels that you can see at our social media on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook of Asher and his visit. And a photo gallery at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. It was fantastic. Of teenagers interacting with him, and it's just amazing.
Good deal.
So, as we always say during our newscasts, is a big thank you to our sponsor, Randall Miller Funeral Service.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Give a thoughtful final gift to your family. Pre-planning will serve your family well. And so you can talk to Betty Miller, she'll help you pre-plan what your funeral needs so that your family will have everything that they need figured out before the final days. And we always have a big thanks, but you can be a sponsor too, or encourage your favorite business by
Please do.
Emailing us to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And also follow us. This is how you'll keep up with us. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We have so many videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
But we, of course, have them on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Wow. This has been a lot of fun. And we will come to you guys next Friday after the 4th of July. Maybe we'll have some good 4th of July stuff from you guys.
Yeah, hopefully.
And we
just don't know where we'll be when we come to you.
That's right. Surprise. It'll be a surprise.
As much as anybody else.
It'll be a big surprise. Sometimes we just don't know.
Yeah,
all right. Well, we will see you guys next week. Stay tuned by watching blackbeltnewsnetwork.com in the meantime.
Next week, y'all. Have a good week now.